Hello, my name is Jenna. Welcome to Signs of Science. Signs of Science is a show where we explore science topics in NZSL. Today's topic is biodiversity. I'm going to use this sign for biodiversity. But what does it mean? Biodiversity means lots of living things. Could be lots of an animal or a plant. One kind of animal or plant is called a species. And I'll sign that like this. Biodiversity can also mean a range of living things. Around the world, some places are remarked for their beauty because of the range of species that live there. Think, for example, about a place called the Galapagos Islands, or in South America, the Amazon rainforest. And, of course, Aotearoa, New Zealand. There are many beautiful species. We have birds, lizards, whales, fish, insects, plants, and fungi. There are many more incredible species to be found. Altogether, they make up the biodiversity of our country. If you eat food, wear clothes, take medicine, breathe, you are taking part in an ecosystem. You're experiencing biodiversity. Biodiversity creates the world around us, and at the same time, it relies on a stable environment to survive. Biodiversity is incredible. We are still learning the many ways that life on our planet is connected. That is a takahe. I'm going to use this sign for takahe. If you have a look at them, you can see their feet have long jointed toes. There's another bird you may know, the Pukeko. You might have seen it. They look similar to a takahe, but they are different species. Takahe are a tauka species in Aotearoa. They are special. I was very lucky to see 4 of these incredible birds when I visited a reserve called Orokonui Eco Sanctuary in Dunedin. Orokonui Eco Sanctuary was set up in partnership with Kati Huirapa, Runaka ki Pukutaraki, and Orokonui Conservation Trust. The reserve provides a safe place for species to be monitored, looked after, and the forest has a fence around it to protect from outside predators and pests that cannot come in and eat the species or destroy the habitat. The fence contains 307 hectares of forest. Some of the things you might see if you visit are kaka, kiwi, Aotearoa's tallest tree, and of course our celebrity today, takahe. There are only a small number of takahe alive today, and they are unique, endemic to NZ. There are about 440 left alive. and only about 200 live in their natural habitats. They could very easily become extinct. They are threatened. Wild takahe live in the Murchison Mountains. This is an incredible mountain range in the South Island near Te Anau. These mountains are a reserve and humans are not allowed to live there. Although it's their wild habitat, that doesn't mean there are no threats. The main threat for takahe is food competition. In the Murchison Mountains there are many deer in Pukeko, and they like the same foods as the takahe. Takahe prefer to eat flax, reeds, and tussock. If those plants have been eaten, they won't move on to something else. They are fussy eaters. So if their food is gone, they cannot thrive. The General Manager of Orokonui Eco Sanctuary, Amanda Simon, says biodiversity is important. It's the web of life. Orokonui Eco Sanctuary exists to confront people with what has already been lost. Helping species to grow their numbers and reintroducing them to the wild is part of the important work that Orokonui Eco Sanctuary does. In 2015, for the first time in a long time, a takahe chick hatched in the South Island. This hadn't happened for 200 years. Providing safe spaces like reserves for species to live, breed and flourish, where we prevent things such as food competition, habitat destruction, and limit the effects of climate change, are the only things that we can do to protect them and ensure that they are not lost forever. Once a species is gone, you cannot get it back. And a world without takahe is a more boring world, I think, anyway. DOC, the Department of Conservation, says 4,000 species in New Zealand are threatened and may disappear in the next 20 to 30 years if we do nothing to help them. So if that leaves you wondering, what can I do to support biodiversity? There are some simple things that you can do. Today, I've described 2 species, but Aotearoa has many thousands of unique species of plants and animals that you can see and support. If you want to protect biodiversity, the first thing to do is just to take an interest. Have a look at the area around your home. What can you see? What's there? Trees, flowers, bugs and spiders, birds perhaps. There must be a lot of things. Are they native or not? And how do you know? Is your area biodiverse or is it a bit of a desert? Every year you can vote for your favourite critter. This year, New Zealand voted for their favourite bird. And it was a bat. A bat. I mean, you're right. A bat's not a bird. But they're pretty cute. They're night flyers with big googly eyes. Bats eat insects, like sandflies, which means you can go for your local bushwalk at night time and get fewer itchy bites. Thanks, Batman. Oh, I mean bats. If you're walking your dog in reserves or in areas where native creatures burrow and breed, make sure that you look after your dog and keep them on a lead. Respect wildlife and their spaces. There are many different webcams that you can watch, which have been set up to monitor the wildlife around Aotearoa. You can learn as much as you want about our wildlife from home. We need to reduce pollution. If you see rubbish, pick it up. Consider leaving the car at home and switching it out for a ride on the bus, a walk, or a cycle. This helps to save the environment, and there are many ways that we can support it. There are also lots of free or cheap ways that you can go out and enjoy your local biodiversity at the beach, in the forest, at lakes or parks, the botanic gardens, the museum, and of course, reserves. Go on, explore, have a look and see what's there. Perhaps in your area, you want to grow more biodiversity. You could plant natives at your home to welcome it in, or you could find out if there are projects going on in your area and think about getting involved. You can maybe volunteer your time or, where appropriate, donate to them. All of these are things that you can do in different ways to support biodiversity. So, that's an introduction to biodiversity. There's a lot to know. We are so lucky here in Aotearoa to have the diversity of life that we do and to live on a planet where all life is interconnected. Many thanks to STEM Communication Trust for supporting this project. This video was sponsored by DCC, Dunedin City Council, Ngā mihi nui. Massive thanks to Orokonui Eco Sanctuary and Katihui Rapa Runaka ki Pukutaraki for allowing us to showcase and photograph the work that they do at the Orokonui Eco Sanctuary. And of course, thanks to all the animals who stood still while we took their photos. It was lovely to be able to show them to you, so thank you to them for that. If you want to know more about this project, have a look in the links below. I'm Jenna, and thank you so much for watching Signs of Science. Kia ora.